everywhere.
So that's why with religion, to me, try to make you, okay, we're going to believe it happened this way. And all of the stories are similar, whether you're Christian, Muslim, Buddhist. Like every religion, you go back to the Egyptian, because Jesus and Mary is all Horus and Asai. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? It was a virgin birth. It was the wise men. The whole story of Jesus was derived from Horus and his mother. That's why all the ancient stories of Mary and Jesus, all the ancient statues are black. That's why if you pull up the Pope, if you pull up, what do you call where the Pope live at now? The Vatican. Pull up the Vatican right now and look at the picture, look at the room just look at it. Just pull up and look at the picture. The fucking Mary and Jesus are black on there. Oh. That's who they pray to. They pray to a black, and they don't call it. It's not Mary. It's Madonna. It's the Madonna. Mm-hmm. But Mary and Jesus is black inside the Vatican. They know the truth. They know, bruh. Why you think the folks that control the whole world? If you hold knowledge, you hold what? Power. Motherfucker. Even the lost books, even the lost texts are in the catacombs of the Vatican. Everything is in the catacombs of the Vatican. Every text, everything. That's why they dig it up. That's why it's in the catacombs of the Vatican. So they know that the original Mary and Jesus was melanated people. Did you not see the video of the Pope kiss the black lady's feet? And the Moors, the ancient Moors, the descendants of the Moors when they went to the Vatican, pull the video of the Pope down kissing the feet. White folk lost their mind because this is what they do behind closed doors. You're in the age of knowledge with cameras everywhere and media. But they've been doing this because they know. Why you think the Vatican is who gave America was the last people to have slaves, or what you would call a slave. America was the last people to get permission to do what you would call slavery. It wasn't slavery, it was prisoners of war. They bring you over here and chain. You was over here, they came and took your land, nigga. Now if you want to call it a slave, but it's a POW. If we go to Iraq right now, me and you, if we get in the army, go over there, they catch you, what they gonna call POWs? We prisoners of war. That's what we are now. And we still they still got the flag staked on your land. So you still a prisoner of war. That's why you got to go by their rule. That's why you got to follow their law. But what they did, it brought their maritime, their water laws over here. When the Bible say obey the laws of the land, it really is laws of the land. It really are. Some people could say common law. If you ever looking it up on Google, you're going to look up common law. Mm-hmm. Unless you hurt a person or their property, you can never be tried. Ain't no such thing as getting no ticket. Ain't no such thing as I need no license and no tag and no under common law. That's why people still live like that now. We voluntarily go get licensed. We volunteer. Anything you register, you give up partial ownership. You look up registering law, you giving up partial ownership. So that's why you register your car. You don't own your car. If you owned your car, couldn't nobody repo it. If you owned your car, you ain't gonna make yourself put a tag on your car. You see what I'm saying? When you register marriage license,
it's a three-way.
It's three-way. Why you think you have to go to them when y'all separate and divorce? Why you think you got to go to somebody and they decide? Because not only is it three-way, but when you sign a marriage license, you give them the power of decision. Your car, your house, anything that you register, you're giving over to the government. You're giving over to them. That's the system we're in. It takes so much paperwork to file to get that corrected. And it's buried in so much paperwork to a lot of us are ignorant to that. I'm ignorant to it. I know it now, but I didn't grow up knowing this. And I still won't fuck with it because I don't know it 100%. And if you don't do it right, they gonna hang your ass. That's how Mouse lost their house. They Jeff them house. Mouse was on this shit years ago, but he didn't feel he was almost there. He used to get mad at me. Man, fucker, you always want to learn. Try this shit, Miles. You can't play with him. Because he was on the way before me.
Yeah.
You can't play. If you gonna go at the beast, you got to go with all your T's crossed and all your I's dotted, motherfucker. That's the only way you protect yourself. He didn't even claim his rights for status before he did it. So I'm going to tell you about your shit and still be under your... No, bro, you got to step up out of their status. You can claim your rightful status as what you are for real to their planet and come clean up out their system. come clean up out of it. Ain't nothing they can do now. Because you was a child status. So you need to be told what to do. But that shit get deep now. That shit get... Yeah, that shit get weird. There's a really that nigga get on that fruits and then buy the shit. The legal shit can get deeper than that, boy. You'll fuck around because you'll lose yourself on him if you ain't careful. You have to go back and watch that shit 2 or 3 times.
To understand it.
Because it's so much information. It's so much. And it's, now think about on the legal part, or how our lives is. You just talking about the body and fruit. And you talking about there's a lot of information. Think about all of the shit that'll free you. Freedom, true freedom, is everybody was born on the earth. Who told you another man over you? If you were part of God, how another man? You can't serve, a man can't serve 2 masters. So how is somebody else over you and you calling yourself a product of God? That's true freedom. True freedom, God made the water. So how I pay you for water? True freedom, God, the land was here before you. Who said you own the land? You see what I'm saying? There's true freedom when I don't owe you to live. We got a saying, we've been saying since we were Think about that, girl. Think about how many times you heard that in your lifetime as a kid in the door. You're going to leave here on somebody, you come here on, and everybody cool with that? That makes sense? That really makes sense? Well, ain't nothing you can do. Okay, you gave up. You think them folk were fighting them fights back then? You think that turning them or chopping heads off a slave, all this shit, because they thought they supposed to be free? No, they knew. I'm a prisoner of war. I'm a prisoner. This was my shit. I'm watching these people beat my people to work on our land. Why you think they came up with the copyright and the trust shit so they can try to hold on to the shit? But it's treaties. Look up, like I told you one time, look up the Treaty of Friendship and Peace. You know, treaties still stand. Treaties stand from to the end of time. Look up the Treaty of Friendship and Peace. George Washington telling you who shit this is. He telling you that they made a deal with the Moors and shit that allowed them to come over here, that allowed them to trade, that allowed them to grow, that allowed them to get a piece of land. Friendship and peace. For us to make a treaty of friendship, we had to be in a war, right? How you make a treaty with a fucking slave, cuz? Think about what I'm fucking saying to you. If you my slave, what we gotta make an agreement about, motherfucker? You do what I tell you to do, right? But if we at war, and you done whooped my ass a bunch of times, and I done whooped you a few times, and y'all done slaughtered me, and we gonna come to an agreement. Ain't that what a treaty is? Shit get deep, shit get real. So when you start looking up the treaty, you realize, God damn, my people weren't slaves. How the fuck? Why you think these folks fighting to keep CRT out of schools now, critical race theory? Florida, look at all the states that done banned critical race theory in schools until you get to college. Why you think?
They want you to know that it's hard to unlearn.
Who want to give up what they got? You got to think about it, cuz why would they want to give you your shit back? To me, you're still asking them to, hey, can I have my property back? And what they saying is, if we go to telling the truth in these schools, now they say they're going to make white kids feel guilty. That's the reason they banning it. But really, if we start telling the truth, everybody going to do like that little boy just did upstate, where all them condos at. That boy found the land passed to his family, where they were calling slaves. Nigga, black people were rich. Black Wall Street ain't the only goddamn time black people were rich, cuz. We owned it, all this shit. That boy found the land past, traced this shit through the slavery, back past the slavery. File that shit with the state, file that shit with the government, nigga. The folks that got the condos on that shit got to get that boy 175 million pennies. Pennies, but they want us to buy it from him. He wanted, it ain't but a couple of them left. This boy went there, but I want to say, I might be wrong about the age directly, but I want to say that boy ain't even 30 years old that did it. He might be 30. That filed this shit. Nigga, all the condos on the beach. It ain't Coney Island. It's not Coney Island. What they did just a few years ago and won his fucking case, cuz. It's all about land patents. See, we had land patents before they was giving deeds and all that bullshit they came up with. You had a land patent, meaning that's your fucking land. It can never be taken from you. What they did is switched up and came over here and took over. Okay, I'm going to take over. I'm going to change the law so the law will benefit me. Think about it, cause we had 13 presidents before George Washington. You still learn in school today George Washington was the first president of the United States. Don't you still learn that today? Who was the first president of the United States? Google it, motherfucker.
They say George Washington.
Nah. Ask how many presidents were before George Washington. Ask what the first ones were. Look at the first Congress. They was all black. Because it was under the Confederate. It wasn't called the United States is a company or corporation. It's the United States LLC. The United States is only the 10 square mile where the White House at. The 10 square miles of Pennsylvania Avenue. The Washington, D.C., District of Columbia, cuz. Why you think they say all 50 states plus Washington, D.C.? Because it's not part, Washington, D.C. is not part of the U.S. It's the United States. Why you think they ask you is you a United States citizen? Because the only people that's citizens of the United States are the people that still live in the 10 square miles of Washington, D.C. That's why they have to ask you, and you have to voluntarily say, yes, I'm a United States citizen. That's why everything you fill out, because you voluntarily saying you part of Washington, D.C., even though you in Alabama. So you giving up your rights, because you're saying I'm part of that. But some people do it for Social Security, some people do it for welfare, some people do it for this, some different reason. Some people just don't know that the United States is a company. The United States is not a country. Think about it, because a country got to have a certain amount of miles, a country. It's a difference in a country, a continent, and a city.
Mm-hmm. Right.
How is the United States a country? Think about what you're saying, bro.
America.
Now you talk. America is the country. You are aborigine to the America. It wasn't America. It was to marry back then. To America. They still got the maps. They still got the to marry. That's what it was. This bitch is bad now. Them bitches bad.
Some honorable thieves. But y'all.
Can read. You folks, when you talk down the Cherry Field, when you talk down the Cherry Field in Crew Columbus, that was the Moorish flag code that they called the cherry tree. And if you look at the Moorish flag code, it's red with the green star, right? That's when he said, I shall not tell a lie, he hit that motherfucker behind his back. That's when they took over, cause the nigga crossed niggas in the treaty. But see, they told us in the friendly story, George Washington never tell a lie, chopped down the cherry tree, told the truth. That's how we learned it as a kid, as a good thing. But go back and look at what they really talking about when they say the cherry tree code. When they talk this, the nigga chopped that bitch down. He took this when they planted this bitch and made this bitch what it is now when they cooped it motherfuckers out of it. So we learned it in nursery rhyme. You feel that shit deep before, boy. These folks don't play.
Damn, man.
Yeah, this shit real, cuz. This shit real, nigga. This shit real, cuz. Your cousin ain't slow. Your cousin didn't know everybody ain't up on it, so that's why I stayed to myself.
Damn.
And I stayed, because this shit real.